He really can.
You know what? I just feel like when we talk about the Knicks, man, I just don't see the change, honestly. Besides us getting rid of Phil Jackson, I don't know what direction we're heading into now.
They need identity.
Oh well, yeah. It's not gonna be for a while until they got to fix up that whole roster. You got to get rid of those big contracts. You got to get younger.
It's mainly Melo.
That's what it is.
It's mainly Carmelo Anthony. And you know what? I'd rather trade him, obviously, than buy him out, because you could probably get something of value for Carmelo Anthony. But if it comes to buying out Carmelo, then Dolan's got to step up and say, okay, let's change his team around. Let's finally go in the right direction.
Exactly. And then, all right, I don't mean to bring up the Jets because I know I usually like to. But no, think about what they did. They cleaned house with all the old guys, and they got rid of the contracts. And now next offseason, they're going to have money to spend. And that's when they're going to make their move to be good again. That's something that the Knicks have to look into doing.
They're going to blow.
It's hard.
The Knicks did that so many years. Remember in 2009, they wanted LeBron, they wanted Bosh, they wanted everyone. They walked away with Amar'e Stoudemire.
Oh yeah, sometimes it takes teams years and years to do it.
That's true.
You can't build a team around free agents.
No.
But it doesn't work.
But Amar'e kind of worked out.
I like.
Amar'e kind of worked out.
Amar'e worked out?
Like, disregarding the injuries, like, for a small center of time.
How many playoff round victories for that contract?
One, but still. Well, okay. Yeah, like one, but still. But he
wasn't really never a part of that one, victory.
No, he wasn't because he was hurt.
Yes, I'm
but
saying.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like the Stoudemire contract worked out. Not saying like for the future it worked out, but I feel like for the short time he was here, obviously there was more bad than good. But like for a short time, it worked out.
You're basically saying he gave them life. Basically,
yeah, I feel like
before
that
we weren't that good.
At that point, when Amar'e Stoudemire came, I feel like he gave the Knicks identity, but it just didn't work out. That's all they had.
He gave the Knicks a little excitement. That's
what I'm saying. Yeah,
Amar'e did, and he went to Israel.
And won a championship. Did you hear about that?
He did win a championship
He's
in
old
Israel.
Now. Who cares?
That's right. He'll be in the Big Three. On a quick aside, did any of you watch the Big Three?
I didn't get a chance. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
It was good?
It's actually pretty good. Yeah. I could actually see myself watching that.
How did Iverson do?
He did pretty well. I like it. It's playground basketball. I really like it.
It's
interesting,
idea.
For the culture,
idea.
Man.
It's really good, and I like that they're getting retired NBA players to do.
Who started that? Ice Cube?
Yeah.
Ice Cube is hosting it.
Not bad.
And going back to the other local team, the Brooklyn Nets. Oh, man.
Do you guys even have enough money to sign guys? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
You got rid for Lopez.
But who's attracted to Brooklyn?
There's
That's
rumors.
the point.
But there's rumors Otto Porter Jr.
That's why I'm laughing.
Jr.
I'm hearing the rumors
Caldwell
of Otto
Pope.
Porter and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. First up, those make no sense. The Nets don't need wing help. I'll tell you who I'd love the Nets to get. It's not going to happen. Kevin Durant. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, God.
Steph
Far
Curry.
from that.
Yeah, why not? No, we have D'Angelo Russell.
The future.
Yeah, who needs Steph Curry?
Exactly.
He could dribble the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Without even looking.
I would love for the Nets to get someone like a Danilo Gallinari or an Ersan Ilyasova.
This late in his career?
Oh, you know who?
Gallinari's going to be 28 when the season starts.
I'm saying, but do you think he's the same Danilo when he played early in his Denver years when he made the playoff run?
He averaged 18 points last year. I mean, he did well. And Ilyasova, too. Ilyasova's a good stretch
You
forward.
know who I heard?
Who'd you hear?
Nikolai Mirotic from the Bulls.
That could work.
Because especially, like, the Nets always draw, like, foreign
yeah, well, they got the foreign owner. They got Prokhorov.
Yeah, he's a good shooter from 3-point too. He can stretch. He's a stretch forward.
I would like Gallinari, though. I really would. That is my...
Is that your dream scenario?
That is my dream
who's
scenario.
the main
no, my
attraction?
dream scenario is Kevin Durant, but...
Jacob, I want to know who's going to be that star that takes you guys over the hump. That's what I want to know.
Wouldn't that be D'Angelo?
I'm sorry, I was just taking a moment to think about Kevin Durant in Brooklyn. Who's going to be the star of the team?
You know, because you guys need a player that can take you over the hump.
It can be D'Angelo Russell if he matures,
yeah.
and Danilo Gallinari and Jeremy Lin can be good secondary pieces. I'm not saying the Nets are going to make the playoffs next year.
Got you.
Of course they're not.
But they're heading in the right direction.
They are heading in the right direction.
Better than the Knicks,
yes,
you think?
They are definitely.
Yes.
They are definitely heading in the right direction.
I have the utmost faith in Sean Marks and Kenny Atkinson.
As you should.
Like, if they were to come in here and tell me, Jacob, do 10 jumping jacks, I would question why I was doing it, and I would probably need oxygen afterwards. But I would do it.
But you would kiss the ground they walk on, too.
I would. They are so good at what they do. You're listening to Beyond the Game on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I am Jake Valk. Sitting across from me, Brandon Johnson, Dominick Arbolino, and Eric Fischetti. Number to call if you have something on your mind is 516-572-7440. And we'll switch gears to baseball. It's time for another edition of New York Notables.
Welcome to the jungle.
I still love that. It's a beaver.
It does sound like Guns N' Roses, though.
You know what?
It does.
When you said that, I didn't hear it, but then as I was driving home, I was thinking to myself, yeah, Eric's
a little
right.
bit.
Eric's not as dumb as he looks.
Oh, my God. That is so nice of you.
Is that the nicest thing I've ever said about you?
Well, no, you said hi to me today, so.
Oh, okay. And
no, but
like you earlier today,
I recruited listeners today, so you have to be nice to me now.
Who'd you recruit?
I actually recruited people from my job, like the summer camp. They are called the Red Shirts, so hi, guys.
All right.
Red Shirts.
So they're out for a year. Is that what you're saying?
What?
They're out for a year? They're the Red Shirts?
Yeah, they're not starting yet.
So the Yankees notables are a little different than usual. They are Dustin Fowler, Domingo Germán, and Tyler Wade. Before we get into Germán and Wade, did you guys see the injury?
I didn't see the injury. I heard it.
Were you watching it live? Was anyone watching it live?
No.
I was.
How bad was it? Seriously.
I felt sick to my stomach. I literally wanted to vomit.
Wow.
After it happened, I went into the bathroom. That's seriously what I did. I was so heartbroken for the kid.
He ran.
Oh, my God.
He was running full speed right into, what was it? Like
He ran into
the right field wall?
He ran into a chain link fence that they had. It was heartbreaking. It's worth looking at. I mean, if you have a strong stomach, it's worth looking at.
So what happened to him? I didn't see
barely played an inning.
He didn't even last the whole inning.
And he tore his
his right patellar tendon.
Yes.
He's going to be out.
Man.
He's going to miss the rest of the season. I'm trying to remember because there was a pitcher who had that type of an injury, and I can't remember who it was, but I think he was out for 6 to 8 months. Man, that is
It's
no
so
joke.
unfortunate for him too,
And
because it was only the bottom of the first.
It was the bottom of the first, and he was supposed to lead off the next inning.
Mm-hmm.
It was. I mean, I heard it, and John Sterling was. I was gonna cry. Like, I felt so bad for the kid. Can you imagine working yourself up to the bigs for the very first time? You're starting in right field. You're gonna come up to bat in the second inning, and then it all goes away in a matter of that.
I cannot imagine anything.
I feel
crazy,
so
man.
bad for him.
It really is.
I honestly wanted to vomit. I really did. It was so heartbreaking. And Domingo Germán and Tyler Wade. Domingo Germán has played well in his limited time here, but I'll tell you, Tyler Wade. Oh, I love this kid.
He's impressing me.
You know what I like about him? I love his positional versatility.
Yes.
I love guys like that. Ben Zobrist, Steve Lyons, Bert Campaneris. I've always liked guys like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've always been attracted to the 25th guy on the roster, the guy who worked his ass off to get here. And
just willing to play anywhere.
Exactly. And going back to Fowler, that's why I like Ref Snyder, too, even though he hasn't been playing that well. He hasn't been playing that well, but he's been bouncing around position to position.
Yes, he has.
Been playing the outfield, been playing second base, been playing first base. He's been doing whatever the Yankees have asked him to do.
You know who's really good at first base? Austin Romine.
No, you're wrong. Brian Mitchell is the best first baseman.
Yes, he caught a foul ball. There we go.
It was amazing.
Move over, Lou.
I was at that game.
Of course you were. You're at every historical event. How was Old Timers Day, by the way?
Old Timers Day was nice. They did a really good job with that. And the notables for the Mets are Jacob deGrom, Curtis Granderson, and as Drupal Cabrera, Jacob deGrom. He's a little engine that could, man. He just keeps on ticking.
Yeah, it's good to see him getting his act
And
together.
as Drupal's going to get traded.
No, he took back his trade demand.
Oh, finally, because he's working there.
Honestly, I would trade him, but not because he asked for it, but because his contract is up.
Yeah.
And what's the point in keeping someone like that?
That, and he's playing better, so his value's going up.
Absolutely.
But yeah, he did take his trade demand back the other day.
Why? Why? Because now he's not throwing a temper tantrum?
Yeah, pretty much. And then also, Granderson has been on fire lately, and he also hit his 300 career homer the other day.
Oh, good for him.
So
yeah, Granderson's been playing really well, too.
I miss him on the Yankees. I really do. There are two people that I really, really miss on the Yankees, Curtis Granderson and Nick Swisher.
Swisherlicious!
I loved it. I still have his jersey.
Swisher was cool. I like Swisher.
All right, let's take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, because we will have an exclusive interview that Dominic and I did with Alan Maimon, the co-author of Tim Raines' book, Rock Solid, My Life in Baseball's Fast Lane, coming up next. But first, next week, be sure to listen because we'll be giving away some Long Island Ducks tickets. More details when the show starts, but definitely tune in next week if you want to see some Atlantic League baseball. Beyond the Game coming up next on 90.3 WHPC.
Kaya weighed just 1 pound 1 ounce at birth and endured a grueling 163 days in the hospital. Thanks to research funded by the March of Dimes, Kaya survived premature birth, the #1 killer of babies in the United States. The birth of a child is supposed to be a joyful event, yet each year about 380,000 babies like Kaya are born too soon, and many have serious health problems that can last a lifetime. But you can change that. Join 3 million friends, families, and colleagues in more than 500 communities across the nation in March for Babies. The money we raise is so important in fighting premature birth and other life-threatening challenges that newborns face. We're supporting research and programs that help more moms have full-term pregnancies and healthier babies. Sign up, join a team, and start fundraising today at marchforbabies.org. Together, we can fight premature birth and help more babies be born healthy.
Wait, hold up. I don't think you know about It's Saucy. It's flavorful, extraordinary, and mind-blowing. Hey, tune into It's Saucy, where I give you nothing but the greatest music out from back then till now, along with hip-hop news and trending topics. It's DJ Steph. Just know that.
It's saucy.
Listen to the Saucy Hour Wednesday nights at 10 o'clock here on the Voice of Nassau Community College on 90.3 WHPC.
When is the best time to talk to your family about staying in touch during a disaster? When hurricane winds are gusting? When floodwaters reach your door? Or a blizzard blocks all the roads? Or is the best time perhaps today? During a disaster, you may not be able to stay in touch with your family or friends as easily as you think. And it's not always as simple as using your cell phone. That's why now is the time to take action. Go to nyc.gov/readyny or call 311 and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by New York City Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
All right, we're back on Beyond the Game on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I'm Jacob Valk. Sitting across from me is Dominick Arbolino, and we are fortunate enough to be joined by Alan Maimon, the co-author of Tim Raines' book, Rock Solid, My Life in Baseball's Fast Lane. Alan, how are you?
Doing great, Jacob. Hope you guys are doing well.
Yeah, I'm doing really good.
Very good.
So, what exactly is your book about?
Well, it's Tim Raines' story, and it's quite a story. As many people know, Tim finally got the call this year and will be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in July. And this book kind of takes you from childhood all the way through his playing career and after. Pretty remarkable story of a guy who overcame some pretty significant obstacles early in his career, namely drug addiction, and got that under control, cocaine, and with the help of a great friend and mentor, Andre Dawson, who I was also fortunate enough to have worked on a book with. And Tim got his act together after kind of experiencing a too much too soon scenario early in his career, and the rest is history. Great 20-year-plus career that culminated with playing alongside his son in a game in 2001.
You mentioned cocaine before, so what could you tell us about Raines' cocaine addiction?
Well, you got to understand that when Tim broke into the majors, he had a remarkable rookie season. That would have been 1981. It was for those who remember, it was the strike season.
Yeah.
And it was the year that both he and Fernando Valenzuela broke into the majors, and Tim just was setting the world on fire. In only 88 games, he stole 71 bases. He hit over 300. He was on the cover of the Sporting News, and this was a lot for a kid of 21 years old. So, on his own and alone for the first time in his life up in a strange city, he kind of succumbed to the temptations of Montreal and the nightlife. Had some older teammates who were involved with cocaine and just kind of fell into that. but to his credit, realized pretty early on that he had a problem, and the Expos organization was very supportive of him when he